Now, for those who have no clue about this whole thing, there is money involved and there's cost involved. And so, you want to just give us a quick run through on what it will cost a school, for example, to start a aeromodeling division or a wing in there.
See, for a school, I want what I will define what the infrastructure needs first requirements, right? So, first the school will have to, assuming that we'll be having in a batch around 30 to 40 students. So, a classroom with benches, which can take these students in. Then we will need the multimedia presentation setup.
As in what? Just a computer, or you want a projector?
Projector with speakers. All those things will be required. Then internet connection will be very good because basically it will allow the students to work even when we are not there. Okay. So it's not only when we are.
So then most schools have that now, I think. So
exactly.
If
that's it, it's very good.
Okay. So what about tools?
Tools, like we usually supply them and other tools if you take the smaller ones, younger ones, 3rd to 6th, they don't need much of tools other than the glues and the knives or scissors. That's all they need. As you grow up in 7th or 8th,
then complex.
Then you will need a couple of hand saws and power tools
and emery boards and files.
Yeah, like the total expense on tools won't go beyond 25,000.
That's for the entire class. We have multiple kits or multiple sets.
Because we don't need one drilling for everyone. Like
that's true. One drill is good enough.
For the entire school itself. Because we're not going to have 300 students in one batch. We are going to have it in different.
And they can use it to put pictures up in the principal's office too. Exactly. If they want to use that damn thing.
Exactly. So that's the whole thing. Sometimes there are schools where we take the kits or the tools with us. Even if for those.
And another interesting thing we haven't mentioned earlier was that you said some movies and actors did a great job in promoting interest in aeromodeling. So what was that all about?
Like when 3 Idiots came, Amir Khan 3 Idiots and Vijay's Nanban. So the craze from the quad rotors went really up. Okay. So everybody, wow, what is this? This is new.
And they actually saw it on the movie.
Exactly, and it's working. My suppliers were so happy with it, thanking hands down to Amir Khan and Vijay, because earlier if someone came for an RC plane, you just had to sell one motor and an ESC. Now, for the same single model, you're selling 4 motors and 4 ESCs. That the cost for them, it really improves. Right?
Okay, and this was instantly transformation happened suddenly. The movie came out, people watched it, and there they were asking for it.
There was like very good. Everybody became suddenly from RC planes started, and technology also improved much more with quads, because nowadays even the government projects, a lot of projects are going in, with a lot of surveillance quads.
Okay. Even shooting from the air.
Yeah, they're much more stable. They can hover around in a single place. The quads or a hexa, which you don't only have quad rotors, you have hexa rotors, octa rotors.
Okay.
So they are much more stable. So depending on the payload, you can change.
Like the drones that they're talking about today, even.
Drones are usually bigger RC planes.
What is RC?
Radio controlled.
Radio controlled.
Okay. You always check doing.
What's the normal range of these aircraft? I mean, they go out of range and they go crash in somebody else's village.
Like usually, nowadays the common thing is 2.4 gigahertz frequency, a transmitter, and that will come for you about 1 kilometer radius from the pilot's point.
Bit.
It's a fair bit, and you can increase the range. There are range.
You can boost it.
Boosters
with more power.
So you will have, and depending on the frequency, there are transmitters which can transmit receiver set which can go beyond
horizon
5 kilometers, 16 kilometers.
Yeah. So how much does these planes cost? Actually put together one of these. Of course, I'll make you show us a few of these things. But in the ordinary startup phase, the first most fixed wing aircraft with the propeller in front, what would it cost a boy or a girl?
Okay, a boy or anyone, the cost is the simple thing, right? So it will come, say, something around 12,000 to 15,000, including the...
and is there a life for these things?
Like, the best thing about RC planes is the first time when you think it's going to crash. But the thing is, you can make it, you can fix it. So you can always...
They're very light, aren't they?
Yeah, depending on the material that you're using. So if I use a corrugated sheet or a foam, it's going to be lighter. And if I start using balsa, it's going to get heavier. Of course, the wingspan, everything matters then. The smaller, if you...
But none of these are designed to actually come down and land in a normal, like an aircraft does. They just go and fall somewhere? How does
No, you can always make them
You
land.
can. But those that don't land properly, they go and do a crash. Do they just disintegrate or are they all salvageable bits?
Depends on how they crash. It depends upon...
Okay, let's say not so bad crash.
Yeah. You can always fix it. Because we learn more from our crashes. Because when a pilot is, RC pilot is flying his plane, and if it crashes, right? So, first thing is, why has it crashed?
Okay.
Was it a pilot's error? Was it some technical error, design error in the design, or some
part malfunction?
Part malfunction. Or sometimes what happens, the battery inside, if you keep it, it moves. Okay. And the moment it moves, the center of gravity shifts.
Then
because of that, no matter how good the pilot is, how good the weather is, the plane will tough.
Does it ever cause injury? To people on the ground? The damn thing comes out of the sky and hits you in the
It can happen only if you are careless enough not to take the precautions in the earlier stage.
So there are lots more to flying than just take it, switch it on and just chuck it.
Because it's a responsibility again. You have to...
And you impart all those lessons to
all the kids. Of course, there's a standard checklist. What you should... How you should...
So when you go to a school, I don't interest just visualizing it. When you go to a school, all these kids standing in line, waiting to get their hands on that control. What is it? They all one by one go fly for a little while? Is that how
children, we allow them to fly on a simulation first.
Okay.
In the first timers, you can't because... then if there are 40 students, then I'll need 40 planes to crash.
Okay. So, they're sure to crash them.
Of course. You're not yet trained. So you don't know how the air is behaving, how the wind is going to behave, how the plane is going to behave. You're not even sure how they control. So anybody, it's not only the children, even adults, college students, anyone who comes to us, first you have to be trained in the simulation on a computer. It's almost real time. Okay. So it's a very good simulation software that we have, and it's an internationally approved thing. A lot of people use it. You fly in that. Because taking off is not a tough thing. It's the
Getting
easiest
it down
thing. Making it come back down.
I guess that's where all the problems start.
So that's why once you land it, that means you can go out and check your...
Alright, so we're going to just go for a little break. When you come back, I want you to actually show your plane, and so at least people will know that we're talking about a real plane, not some joke. So anyway, thanks. I hope you really get lots and lots more kids and much more support for this venture of yours.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming.